Okay. I think this should work, hopefully. Hopefully. Hello. Art stream! Art stream incoming! Bro. You know, bro. So, hello everybody. We're drawing today. We're doodling mainly, but we're drawing. So I wanna do some drawing stuff today with like the Aetherflood setting that we created over the past like 3 weeks. So what I'm thinking about is I need to look at like 2 or 3 things. And will be kind of interesting to see. So what I want to do today is like mainly 2 things. I want to do a drawing of the elves. I want to do a drawing of the dwarves, because those are basically the most interesting right now. Humans look very human-like. Oh God! Hello, everybody. But yeah, we're doing like a few things. So what I want to do is again a drawing of like elves. I want to make a drawing of dwarves, and since we have like the one of the orcs, and the other one of the elves was not like done really well. So today we're doing like those 2. And maybe get into like drawings of some other stuff, right? I don't know what if we do like much off-topic drawing, but we will draw a little bit more. So anyways, I need to get my dial. Okay. So no, the ratio is fucked. It's annoying that this ratio only allows like if we go to like 40%, it's perfect, right? But like everything else is like not. So anyways, hello everybody. We're doing some doodling, at least right now. Again, I'm not the best painter like digitally. I don't do much great coloring. I'm just here to like draw. I hope you're entertained by this and we talk about stuff. So, who do we draw first? I think the easiest would be at the moment elves, since we have a pretty good grasp on like what the elves should look like. So if you have followed me during the last few streams of the setting Aetherflood, which we built, I name it Aetherflood for the time being. I don't know if I keep the title, but I like the title because like so the history defining for the setting, right? So I wonder like we talked about like how elves and stuff are different, and we made like elves like these predator creatures which are like very close to catfolk, not like entirely catfolk, but they have like aspects of them, right? So basically like giving them those slanted cat eyes, right? And then we have like I always have like a little bit of trouble with the cat face because I'm not the biggest like cat. I haven't drawn many cats in my life, to be honest. So yeah, it's like usually like most cats have like this like elongated nose, right? Like because they have like of course like a more forward-facing face, and they are like this, and then this goes usually down like this and this, right? Then would go like this. And cats have these big round eyes, right? Which is why they are like Which why like cats are like so anime-like to many people because they have like these giant round eyes. Vivios. Oh yeah. So we're just getting right into this, right? So this is a cat, obviously. We need to think how we drop some elf in there to make them look elven, you know? And I'm thinking, if they keep the eyes, right? And we give them like those elongated eyebrows that they have that elves have in some settings, right? I saw like a few days ago, like someone who drew like a player character, an elf, in like different settings, and it was kind of cool. Like one with like the setting being Pathfinder, one being Warcraft, and then one being D&D, right? And like the Pathfinder elves, I always forget that they have like these like big like irises. It's like just like our pupils, where it's like they take up the entire eye. Basically, they have eye whites, but like not like visible. Anyways, watch me draw a cat girl. I want to get like the cat face in, like a little bit. Where they have like this like cattish smirk naturally built in. Right? And now these elves have definitely beards, right? Like the males can have like beards. And the females as well, I think. Well, they cannot have like a mustache or something like that, right? They're not like... I don't see them doing this. Right? I'm not 100% sure. I like the idea that they have like recessive hair here. Right? That they can like even grow. Don't give them the children's birthday party with us. So. No, we're not doing like these. I don't know if we give them. We're already doing more than enough Nato Spirali jokes as is. Yeah, that's true. Like I think they should get the cat smirk again. They should not be like too much like catfolk. We like they're related to them, but they're not like actually them, right? And also, hi, how are you doing? Which is why I want to give them like that's like their pointy ears, right? They have like side cat ears. Not as extreme, but like they have the side cat ears. Hairy bags, I am for hairy bags. I like the idea of hairy bags. I don't want to make them too hairy. They should like look that they evolved away from like being super hairy, right? So I like the idea that they're like basically their hair, right? And basically like for like a male elf, right? It just goes basically, it just grows. And then like it continues on the back, right? I don't know what we do with the hairline, if we keep like a human-esque hairline, or if we keep like a very bad hairline, or if like, for example, the male cat, like the male elves, like they grow their hair in a mohawk and they grow it long. You might want to risk a Google for Breath of Fire's cat. Yeah, I'm not googling on Breath of. I'm not doing this mistake again. I'm not getting my bots taken down again. Oh, okay. I like that idea. Give me an official artwork and I will show it on stream. Which is not like trying to like make it look like people wanna, you know. Let's take the old artwork. Like this, right? I like the idea of this. Maybe a bit like less generalistic anime nose. Again, I like the idea of them having like a little like cat nose. Not like extreme, right? It should like be like a normal-esque nose, but like the front looks a bit like deformed, so it's not a human nose. But I like the idea of that image. The fuck happened to her finger? Did she break her thumb? Yeah, it's from the 90s, but like it's like a 90s-esque design. It screams like 90s JRPG. But like she broke her finger, dude. I don't think actually that in the original drawing this was supposed to be here. I think the original like black and white drawing will be probably the finger being behind there. Okay, I like that her like waist downwards is just like flat out animal because she has like claws down here. I'm not 100% sure if I want to do it like 100%. I don't even know if I want to like keep the tail, to be honest. Right, but the face definitely stays. I'm also not 100% sure again with the hair. I think the female elves should have fuller hair, maybe. Oh, there. What do we do with... I'm not giving him the whiskers. They're not getting... I thought the ears and thought she don't... Yeah, she's Donald Ducking. Like in many artworks, she's Donald Ducking, basically. I don't know. Which is also funny because like she's Donald Ducking, but then she has like the leg wraps, which don't do anything. But yeah, let's not talk about 90s designs. They're weird. Like the proportions are also all weirded up, but yeah, it's 90s design. Not everyone programming a game back in the day was like a designer per se. Even though like this design actually looks like very it screams something and I don't know what it is, where this is like the inspiration from, because that head shape is very, very striking. I don't know where it's from, but I remember it like seeing it just awakened something in me in terms of like, oh yeah, I saw this somewhere. I know it's a generic 90s like art style, but yeah. I am a fan of the fluffy ears. And I'm the fan of the hairy backs. Let's just like do at the moment the face shapes, just so we have like a reference. That's too much mewing, dude. Do we keep the chins or do we make them like the cat mouth? So this would be like with chins, right? And if we go any other way, we could like also go like very like flat-headed. Okay, not that flat-headed, but you know what I mean, like this. Yeah. The chin being too big does not help, but like being it like actual like cat proportions, cat inspired, where it's like if you look at a cat, you just see like the mouth, and the mouth is like basically where your field of vision ends. You rarely see like the lower part of the cat, because like usually for a cat it's like this is the mouth part, and then like it goes back, right? So I'm not 100% sure if we keep this. I don't like this as well. If we go like a medium distance, right? Like not that this small, but not also like Chad. But this makes him, I'm not even like kidding, this makes him look like a, i.e. the cheek split. Now I need to look at something. Predator. Oh, you mean, you are absolutely right. Maybe we keep that. No, this is not what I wanted. I wanted to do this. So what you mean is, if we keep this, there's a nose, right? Like we're making it like a little bit accented. Nose ends here, and then like below the nose, it's like this. Right? So like they split open basically. And then like the very short chin. Like elongated chin. Like for like most cats, it looks like basically like this, right? But we can like even it a little bit out, so it's just like not like a too extreme, right? I like this more now. Now that we have like the actual like this split here, I like that more. But do we like this 100%? I don't know. Not 100% sold. What I'm definitely not sold about is the cheekbones. Like, no, we're not doing this. I don't know if I want to do like too much facial hair. I like the idea of the facial hair. I'm not 100% sold if we are like doing too much hair. Right? If we say the back is hairy, Do we go the naked cat route in the face department? Where it's like, oh yeah, these guys are like, these guys are basically not having hair anywhere in the face. Or do we actually go with facial hair? I'm not 100% sure. So we say everything on the front of the face does not have hair, right? Do they have a lion's mane? Yeah, I'm thinking about that. If they get like a mane, basically. So like that the males don't have a beard, but they grow a mane. So I was like thinking we can go two approaches. Either they don't have any hair in their face. Let's go with that route quickly first, because I think it will look stupid, because they will be bald, right? Like this. And all of a sudden they have hair. Like if they have like a little bit like wavy hair, say like modern hairstyle, right? So basically like something like this, but you don't have like basically a hairline in front. Basically what I will look like in a few years, right? So this looks like ass. This looks like, you know what this looks like? This looks like Tingle from Zelda. So a no to that one. This looks like they Vegeta, right? Where he has like this headline, right? He has like this, and you just remove this, and all of a sudden it's like 10 times worse. It's like, yeah. The prince of all r/bald people. Okay. Do both agendas have sideburns that join along the chin for males? So you mean like... For the male, it would be like this, right? Let's get the female elf in just quickly, just to have a comparison. Again, we're just doing faces right now because the rest of the body we can like do later. So let's take this man and make him a little bit smaller, maybe. He's a bit huge. Oh god, that was a mistake. I'm sorry. Oh god. No, I want to transform. Is this transform? Oh yeah, this is transform. Whoops. A little like this. So we have... Bro, I just jumped up, dude. It's like... There was like a lightning, like I have a lightning right in front of my face, but in the sky at the very distance. But it was like someone took a photo of me. That was like weird. I was like, huh? Who's taking pictures? Right, so this is the male elf. I'm doing another layer just so we have the female elf just join. So if we go with your route that you suggested, we would do the female elf here. Let's get the face shape in. We get rid of these lines because we don't need them anymore. We get rid of the bald head because I don't want that anymore, but I want to keep the sidelines. So if we do this, right, and we keep... I don't know if we keep the nose. But, like, I want to keep the nose, definitely. I don't want to go again with, like, anime nose. I think that's a bit too much. That's why I'm drawing a cat, enlarge the picture for us so we can see better. Also, I'm not, like, putting her the entire time on the side. I just want to have it as a reference right now. Okay. So, if we go with sharper eyes, right? Do we go with sharper eyes or do we go with bigger eyes? Way too much to the side. Also, I don't like the nose right now. Give me 1 second. Do this. Do this. Do this. Okay. I want to have a point there. So this, just to get like a slightly different angle. Let's do. Like I also like the idea of like the big round eyes, but like that is totally anime, and the sharp eyes is like women-ification, right? Where it's like I'm doing it on the second layer now, but like where like back in the day, many like artists did like, oh, this is a male, right? And then a female is this. Just make the eyes a bit sharper, put eyeliner on it, right? Like this. Oh no, it's a female now. No, we won't. Huh? So let's go with the sharper eyes for the time being. I want to give this one like the pissed off look, right? Like the pissed off cat looks. I like the pissed off cat looks. I like when a cat looks at you, and especially with like cats, when they like you actually, and you can pet them and they like come in for cuddles and stuff like that. But they have like the pissed off look. I don't know why I gravitate towards that. It's like a small victory, you know? It's like, yeah, you look pissed off, but actually I figured it out. You know? Cat stuff. Get rid of all of this. And then we are going with the eyebrows. Go with like the sharp elf eyebrows. Very Warcraft stylistically, actually. And then just to get like, I don't know why I did the same thing with the male as well. Give me 1 second. Turn on the menu. Adjust that and move it over here. Move it a little bit, like, I don't know, up or low. I think lower. Just so I can make a few notes up there and below the male elf. Okay. And then I will like copy paste basically the ears, because I like the ears. I like the idea of the ears. I like the We have a bit of that in like the orcs as well, because most wild, like many boars have like fluffy ears. At least the mothers, the female. Something like this, right? And then you want to do sideburns on this as well. I'm for that. Let's see. Yeah, I like that. Especially, it gives like a little bit, you know what it reminds me? Let's see if I can find it. It reminds me very much of Pillars of Eternity, actually. Like the Orlands are Bitkai cat people. Let's make a new layer. Wow. No. Let's do a reference image quickly. Like the Orlands and Pillars of Eternity are basically like the gnome equivalent, right? They're very small people, but they have like that as well, a bit with like the cat-like stuff. I also find it funny that I'm not gonna say that. Just realized, no, I'm not gonna say that on stream. Could you imagine these guys being vampires and just sucking your blood? And now I want to do the male main. I like the idea of the main. I'm not sure how to do it properly though. I like the idea that elves have gravitated towards like hairstylings a bit and having like good looking hair, like hair care and stuff like that. I like the idea of them like being a bit like germophobes in that regard. Especially with like their background as like cats. I like that very much. I wanna make it like that for a human to like dating an elf would be like a human's worst nightmare, right? I want this like, oh no, honey, I just cannot go outside right now. I need to care for my hair now for the next 30 to 40 minutes. I like the more flippant styles. I like the more anime hair, to be honest. It should not touch, right? Okay, let's do a little bit of notes on the design right now. I put the ears a little bit higher than the nose, so it looks like a little bit like it evolved upward, right? Or it's evolving downwards towards like where like most humanoids would have their ear, right? Probably next to like the brain, basically. So, make like this. Male. Sorry for my writing. I have awful handwriting. The male. They have different things. They have side burns that meet. I should zoom in a bit, just so I can like have a bit more control. Sideburns. That shitty pigeon. Why are you back here? I'm standing up. 1 second. Go. Okay, sideburns that meet at the chin. Next point. Round eyes. Bro, this pigeon is trying over and over again. I hate it so much. You know what? Fuck it. Fuck that pigeon. They have main like hair. Bigger Nose. Okay. I think like with like many cats, where like so the male cats usually have like tend to have like those like flat big noses. A bit like we did with orcs as well. I think that's like a nice genetic trait that many of the species should have, especially the mammalistic species on this planet, right? Mammalian, sorry. A female. We have more fluffy sideburns. I think that is a nice idea. Sideburns. That do not touch at the chin. Sorry for writing so slow. I have a writing speed deficit. Slanted eyes. Made the ears bigger, right? So let's make it like bigger ears. I like the idea that they have bigger ears. Yes. More controlled hair growth. Now this is just the faces again. We're just going by faces. I think I like the idea of like it like looking pissed off. I don't know. Funny elves. We should also you know what a suggestion I got? Sorry for like taking the piss out of you if you're watching, but like we shouldn't call them elves, right? Because elves is like way too obvious, right? We should do the same thing Games Workshop did. You know what they did with the Eldari? So I'm just showing you, right? They did like they had like the Eldar, right? And they were like, oh yeah, these are the Eldar. Nailed it, right? So someone said, well, this is like shitty to copyright. Let's make it something different. And they're like, oh, good. What do we do? And they're like, oh yeah, let's make it the Eldari. And they were like, oh, you mean the Eldari, right? They were like, no. No. You do not understand. We do it different, you know. We're rebranding. We're rebranding, right? We call them the Eldari. So we have like the elves, which is like they write elves instead of elves with AE, right? And then like you still have like the Eldar in there. So if you Google, you find still Eldar. And you have the E, so it just is not Eldar, right? So make it distinct sounding. And so I was like, someone suggested to me, I shouldn't call them elves, but if I do that, I get in a literal fight with Games Workshop over this. So no, we're not doing this. Because that's how they call them in fantasy, I think. Fantasy. Or don't they? I think they wanted to name them elves, right? Or am I mistaken there? I know that I've said, yeah, I see it on Google right now. There's like elves as well. Yeah, it doesn't matter. But that's this, so we call them elves. Is there even like a flat out definition what an elf is? Like for example, a dwarf. Is a dwarf always, because a dwarf in Elder Scrolls is still an elf, you know? How to get rid of this image again? There was like a way to do this. Oh, the move tool. Where's my move tool? Oh god. How do I get there? How did I do this? There was like one button and it was specifically for the reference images. I remember this. There was like this one button for this. Ah, brother, I haven't used Krita in like a few weeks, so it's my own fault. Krita, how to delete reference image. Blah, blah, blah. You have to take the reference image to the push pin icon. See, there was one. Goodbye. So that's how I want to do like the elves. I think design wise, they should like look a bit like furry, but like not 100% animal, right? They should not look like fursuit. They should like oh my god, this is my OC, right? Not too extreme, but also not like too weird. Let's do elves. Elves. There's an elves creator. Oh yeah, I did an elves once, but they are shit, so we're like getting rid of these. Yes, I like them more. Let's do another new one. New. And I want to do another one today. Definitely we do. The one thing you've been waiting for, dwarves. So. Say one wants to go with the termite aesthetic, right? Making them a bit more insect-like. This will not be something or something if someone has like fear of insects. I'm very sorry. But I need to get my close-up of that termite. Bro, insects are like so like insects literally like put all their points in armor rating and they have like no perception, bro. They're like so weak. Reference image, use local file. Hello, termite. So this is a termite, right? They're like these shitty little eyes there. Which, if you look, like, if you see a picture of like a close-up of a termite, the eyes are like so silly. They're like two like little black grayish dots that are probably like not even working right. Shitty little things. Where is it? I will post another image. Again, sorry for everyone who has like an insect phobia. This is not for you. See these little like shitty eyes here? They're like, yeah, this is my eye. I have like 1 perk point left and I put it into basic eyes. So if we keep like the dwarf aesthetic, right? So we keep like the blocky heads, right? They're like very like, I'm a dwarf, right? I'm just doing like a very beta dwarf, right? Like, look at my grim face and my stare and my other stare. Whoops. And look at how grim I look, right? So like dwarf stuff, right? Delete all of that. So we keep the general gruffness, but we do a little bit of like fun stuff for it, right? What can we get out of this? So exactly. I see the sharp angle of the brow ridge. Yeah. Are we by the way, do I need to go into detail about the female, basically because of the idea of the queen? Would like a female dwarf, yeah, they would adventure. How does the queen look? They look like slightly different, right? We're not making them like very birthy, by the way. Like I'm not going into that rabbit hole. Oh, like making like this like giant ass thing. So if we so a normal termite has like this like long ass head, right? And then these like ridges. Then the pincers. Then like the eyes and of course the feelers, right? And your two termites, a worker and a soldier, so both female. Right, that is also true. Right, you're right. You're right. I wasn't thinking about this. Yeah. Where is a male termite? Uh, I'm male termite, slightly bigger, much browner. In the image search doesn't lie. Yeah. You know what we keep? We keep that the male. We do it like this, where like the normal female dwarf is small, and like one of the like leadership or the leading dwarfs, they grow really large, right? And the males are like just bigger versions of this, right? So, but this is like basically the basic thing we have for the termite, right? Without going like into too much detail. So this is like the normal head. Now, what I want to do is I want to keep the idea of the dwarf itself. And I think that would be interesting if males have these long ass feelers, right? And they evolved away from feelers and have moved on to like actual eyesight. So evolutionary periods, they have like that. They've like gotten the eyesight itself way better. So they got rid of these eyes. They kept the ridges. I just need to think about the logical steps. So over time, they evolved into like actual like eyes. Right. Keep it more dwarfy. What do you mean with keep it? Couldn't the feelers also be in braided mustache hair? That is the idea that they had like the feelers were hair, right? And basically they evolved from like the feelers actually having function. So they have become like basically like basically they have become more like general dwarfs, right? I was like thinking that they, instead of like having like the giant ass beards that they usually have, they have like long mustaches, right? So like in dwarven society, like letting your mustache grow is like the trend, the evolutionary trend, which shows like more life experience and more focus, because you need to keep that braid going back to like the hyper focus, right? You need to keep that braid attended. So the longer you like pick that, like the longer you live, the harder it gets to maintain that like clean mustache, right? I think that's good. I want to also have like over evolutionary periods, because they need less and less to have the pincers devolve a little bit. Not much, not like, oh yeah, they don't have pincers anymore, but they definitely have them. But maybe like this, just so they have it like thrown over these, right? And their facial muscle can retract, so they can pinch and eat that way, so they can like pick stuff up. And then they have like this like hard ass beak like thing in the front, where they can pin something off and push it into the beak, right? I want to keep the giant heads. I like the idea of the giant head. I like it that it looks a bit more alien, to be honest. So we could like go level by level a bit like in like this. What we see here, basically the different like levels down there of like the different body parts, where like they have evolved away from this, from like having some 6 limbs. Once they started to walk on 2 legs, they didn't need like the other 2 legs, and rather have evolved into hands. With like these arms a bit lower than other species. I like them not having shoulders. I like them being bulky, starting on the way like to the belly, having like a natural bulk, and then like have the arms being sprouting here. And with like the exoskeleton thing, big Zumzuman energy. Yes, this is like, oh my god, yes. Now that you say it, oh my god, I need to open up the picture, Zumzuman. Oh my god. They have much more Zumzuman energy. Oh my god, they do. Well, now they're like all Zumzuman. Now I see a Zumzuman on my second monitor, and I cannot unsee this. Do they have opposable thumbs? Yeah, let's give them. Like, because they need to, they're like tinkerers, so they need opposable thumbs. Maybe not like the hand being like so spread out, but it gets the point across. And then the female, why are there like thousands of leaves flying outside? What the hell is happening? Anyways, the female dwarves, I think we should, because I think the dimorphism should be just in size, right? Do we give them anything like this? And like, you know how like some the ants have like this hair? Do we give them? No, right? They're all bald. I think the females should have actually, a female dwarf should have, thinking about it. Yeah, color. I think color should be the differentiation. And I think also pincer size. I think maybe the female dwarves have like a little bit like longer pincers, right? Just so you can like distinguish them from like the get-go. By the way, I did just the thing that I said earlier. I just made the eyes a bit sharper, give him a little bit of eyeliner, and boom, female dwarf. Easy. And of course, the I think they should be like very short, right? They should not be like too long. Where it's like for like maybe for like the normal female dwarf, it's frowned upon to have the feelers like too long, right? I have a nice mustache going on, but not like too much, you know? I don't want to do another exoskeleton drawing right now. So males, we give them bigger. They are bigger. How much bigger could they be? 30 centimeters. Are they like? Is the size difference recognizable automatically? Right. Yeah, I'm all for that. Darker. Colors. So we take like very dark. We take like very dark reds, browns, and like oranges, right? Like very dark, warm colors, and then we make them longer mustaches, feelers, and then we have like shorter teeth. Okay, and then the females shorter. I'm not writing another feet in there. It's like another foot in there. It's very obvious. Line I'm thinking about that if they have hair on the top of their skull, right? I was thinking about that earlier. If they have like how ants have that, where like ants have like these like slight hairs, right? Very like thin hair. Or there. Do you mean the females or do you mean the males or all of them? Fairer skin colors. Either or both. So we're getting to that in just a second. Longer pincers. I don't know why I call the teeth here. I mean, I want a status symbol to have it. You don't work for a living. Pincers. What did we also say? Short feelers. Okay, so so I would say like how much hair do we give them then? I don't want to give them like a tuft of hair. I think that's too much, right? It should be just visible, I think. Where it's like, oh yeah, you have a few hairs on your head, right? It's like just like a few single strands of hair. Technically not balding guy level of hair. So you mean like this like weird, like not a buzz cut, but actually like this is the rest of my hair and I just keep the stubbles on top of that, right? Just to like pretend I have hair. Like this, right? Did we go too far into insectoid? I'm not 100% sure. We went less into cat on the elves, though we went very far into cat already. This is like full on insect. But I don't see a possibility of making them look humanoid. I don't want to make them look humanoid. I don't want it, as I said in the very first thing, I don't want to like have everyone be like, oh, this is a human but slightly different, right? It's like, which is why like the cats get, I'm thinking about the cat tail later, like for the elves or not. But then again, I don't know. Well, I have cat people, I will get the perverts in, so... Because the next one we need to like let's say this is a work in progress. Say that as the dwarves project. We're not exporting anything. Let's keep the project data. Because I like how we design these will be important to like who we design next. Which will be only one species of people, right? One folk of this planet that go hand in hand with the dwarves, and that will be the automatons, right? Now we need to think about how the automatons look like, right? Because the automatons would be designed by the dwarves as a workforce. So what the automaton needs is the automaton we are going a bit more into like the upper body part actually, because the automaton will be designed with only one gender. They're like monogender in theory. Well, they're not monogender in theory, they are monogender, right? And I want to get one thing into this like one thing into the drawing, which is the Aether core. The question is, do we see the Aether core on an automaton? Is it like, are we doing the Iron Man or the Lex Luthor thing where like the power source is like on the chest? Does he have like a Star Fox 64 weak spot is what I want to ask. Not in gameplay terms, but like in like, is it in the head maybe? Yeah, it's true. Especially with like the idea that they are like, that they can get mad. That is my idea as well. Because we would create robots in the style of humans, right? Quadruped, Jesus Christ. Quadruped species of beings would design dog-like robots, right? That's what like the end goal is. So what they should do is keep the big elongated head, right? Like the long ass head. Bro, I need to get I need to get Hazum Zaman out of my second monitor. So like the longer heads, right? They should have like the longer heads. And like make it like very like oval. The question is, do they keep pincers or are they obsolete? Right, that is kind of true, yeah. Are they? Can you use your mandible? Better than pincer, thank you. Can they use their mandibles for expression? Because at the moment, I just said, well, they use them like to eat, basically, as well. So they would, right? Probably. I think it's like part of the expression. I think so. And here comes the details, because now we design a robot, and robots are always like a bit more finicky. Hi. So robots are a bit more finicky, so we should get some more three-dimensional stuff in there. Let's make the mandibles a little bit larger, just as an idea. Give them like a little bit more width. And now we give them a little bit of this, just so like we get the illusion of them being able to move. Again, we have like in the setting we have like very rudimentary like technology, which is like magic powered. So we have like a mix of like very simple mechanics put like armed with magic, right? So we would get like basically like a blade or something like that here, just so that the automatons could like actually use their mandibles to either like pick something up, cut something, or something like that, right? How do we do the? I'm not 100% sure. I'm not 100% sure because how do we do the other mandible is obvious, but what do we do with the eyes, for example? Before I start doing the other mandible and like think about the other eyes. Other eyes, lamps. What are the eyes? Are the eyes gems? For example, if they are gems, we give them like this kind of aesthetic, right? Where they put like a chipped gem, the dwarves put a chipped gem into the eyes of the automaton. But if they are lamps or something like that, like an aether lamp, right? Which can are they cyclopses and the core sits behind in the middle of their faces? I was thinking that as well, where they like maybe are doing like this because of the eye laser ability that automatons get, right? So exactly, it is the little facet eyes. Those lifeless little facet eyes, dude. But yeah, hi, Schnitzeloma. How you doing? How you doing? We are just drawing a bit. We're just doodling a bit, more like. We are. The question is, right? Still the same question. Do we use an Aether infused like lamp that hypercharges and can like focus the light into like, so for example, right, give it like a lamp aesthetic, right? Like a basically like the wavy glass to break the light a little bit. I mean, yeah, which is why I want to give it like milky glass or something like that to explain why the Aether deals so little damage, right? But I would actually, I don't know what radiation is in Pathfinder. Is it just force damage or energy damage? Like, well, what it was a force damage, right? Because I would like rebrand it to that actually. It's a fire, right? For like the purposes of like gameplay, because it would not change much, and you keep like the ignite crit as well, just like because the energy then like ignites something, right? And I would need to look into that. If they're not too hard, then like you could implement, like if it's very simple to implement, then I would actually like keep that or take that from like Starfinder. Oh, Schnitzel on my left. Sag. I think so. Huh? I got a push message if I want to watch my own stream. I just got a push message. YouTube is like, yo, you want to watch the stream from this guy called Renikin? And I'm like, yeah. No, I'm not my own bot. Especially since I have like the one like I don't have a view right now from Twitch, like because I don't have it open. Because for art streams I don't need it. Because art like these streams with art and writing, I don't need to worry if like something is choppy. I'm like always like still scared, and it's crazy because it's like been like what 3 years, 4 years that like my streams become choppy for some reason. And it doesn't make sense. right? Like this. I also like in the design, like I usually like, I like the split face. Basically, like with like a very pronounced like split left to right, because of the two halves of the soul going in there. So you would see like the aether fluctuating a little bit in there. I'm still not 100% sure if we take an aether lamp or like an aether infused crystal. So you have like a crystal that's infused with aether and that does this, but I like the idea of it being a lamp because like lamp and eyes and stuff like that, right? Very like similar to that. Maybe a bit more eye-like, maybe that, but no. I like the idea of like the cobra thing where you have like the fake like drawings of the eyes there, which are like faking actual eyes, trying to trick people. I like it from an evolutionary standpoint when insects and stuff like that do that. I also like it when like insects behave like act. Oh god. I just got scared because my 3D printer did things. I need to look at something. 1 second. Oh. Okay, nothing happened with my 3D printer, but I need to be like AFK for 1 minute, right? Just enjoy the music and we think about what the headline will be, because now thunderstorm is brewing and that thunderstorm will be escalating things a little bit. So you get my own real. Hello. So. Yeah, there's a thunderstorm coming right now, dude. Oh my god. Remember the magpies I was talking about? They're like sitting there in the trees and getting like whipped around a bit. So I let out some food. Maybe they come to my balcony for shelter. I don't know. I hope so that they will chill here. Just so nothing happens to them. So I'm back. So I'm not 100% sure still if I what to do here. We make them a little bit more faceplatey, I feel like, right? And then below the faceplate, I think the part with the mandible is like the faceplate itself is still to this point just that, just the faceplate, and the mechanics go under it. So basically what you would see here would be the Aether tag, right? And this is like our very first thing next to like the one gun I did, where we would see Aether tag. So I love like this like idea of like the German punk stuff where it's like, oh yeah, very like rough machinery, right? So I love like a spinning cogwheel or something like that, just like doing its thing outside here, like just spinning, and then like these like connectors and pumps, or these connectors and like cables just like connecting here, where it's like some tag that's going on and you don't really know what it is. I know it's something, so it's like also not even down there, but it's like different like plates that are nailed down and like fused together that way, right? Like here a small like hose comes out that is like going somewhere else. The benefit of being like working in like this field is like actually you can do like, oh my god, this is a bit big. Can I make the pen like a little bit smaller? Yeah. We know how the connectors usually look and see the practicality in them, right? And you know that like all these connectors have like these ridges just so you can spin them better with like the nuts and stuff like that. We need to do the cogwheel a little bit better. Just slightly. I like the idea that the dwarves wanted to make it look clean, but they could not make it clean. Like the tech does not, at least at the time, does not allow it, right? So we have like this like weird archaeotech where it's it's old, but it's technology that is advanced, right? But we do not know how to make it look good. So they did not went to like the Apple school of like sleek designs. Like what Apple does is like it's not a dig at like what the phones can do. I used an iPhone for the better of like 2 years, a few years ago. But like it's like what Apple does. They can sell like plastic trash in theory and make it look good and say, oh yeah, I got quality plastic trash at least. Because the thing that Apple does is make these like sleek plastic shiny designs. And this is like one of the strategies how they do phones, right? The plastic is like not that good. Obviously. It can crack quite easily, right? But the thing about the plastic in general is that when you think about it, like it looks sleek, right? That's like what some other phones don't have, like this like sleek design. And that's why like Apple products feel so like clean, because they are like very, very simplistic, but like very elegant in their simplicity. I like that in design as well sometimes, but I'm also like a sucker for like the rough designs, right? And like any good German, we take the Kreuzschraube. Oh god, I need to sneeze. Sorry. Jesus Christ. What is going on? Something is itching my nose and I'm freaking out, man. I'm freaking out. Why am I on the dwarfs again? Oh, I clicked on the dwarfs. Oops. Now let's take this also a little bit more detailed. I like the idea. So they would say, like, for example, if they have like cross and then like they have like the Allen key screws and stuff like that. So like how they mix it up are their own footprints. I like the idea. Or fingerprints. We're doing like something electricity related. We're doing this. We're making it like a black cable that's like plugged in wherever this is like plugged into. But yeah. Then we do like, I don't know what this does, but at the moment I don't know what this does, but we have like a little piston basically. Doing their own thing on like on like 2 rails, you know. It's just doing its thing, just pistoning around, just doing pneumatics. Just going up and down. Make the piston look like it has some stuff on it, like instructions or something like that. And then the part here gets deleted. Oh god, that was a bit much. Oh Jesus. And then just to make it like a little bit more over designed, we have like some tubes sticking, not tube, like some I don't know, glass or something like that with a liquid here. Right. Nobody knows what the mystery liquid does, but it's there. I'm thinking about doing, like, how to do the speaker. And it would be fun to have, like, this giant ass speaker sit there, right? Like a classical speaker. The problem is with like a classical speaker, if you do this, right, where you do like the typical one, which is like with the membrane, right, which is like this one, with like the thing in here, with like the protrusion in here. You know that it looks like I don't know, like an old face, right? It's like, oh yeah. But what we could do is like one of these giant great speakers, right? Where they are like this here. And the membrane is behind this. Yeah, I'm like thinking about like Abtropfgitter or Grillrost, like actually like thick metal beams that go like across it. It gives it like a little bit of the like Space Marine helmet look, but I don't care. Looks a bit more intimidating that way. I'm thinking that this is like their sense of like smell. Maybe they. That would also be the idea. I was also thinking about if it's like a cooling unit and they would just emanate sound from the neck or like the inside or behind the faceplate, you know. Just an idea. Just give me this one. What about doing this? Still going with the classical speaker look. But the speakers are the eyes. Because I don't think the dwarves with their like thing for like, oh yeah, we're like experts at this, would do like decorative, would do like decorative eyes on their things. And the speakers are this, where it's like, this is like the protrusion and this is the membrane swinging behind there. The membrane is like vibrating. So now we have solved basically the eye problem, that there's just random two eyes, and also where the sound is coming from. Now we need like the lead screw here that basically determines how to move this. And just to get into the vibe of things, which you said, mix them up a little bit. There's only this one. This looks like nicely mixed up. Okay. Now we have the, I think we don't need to go more into detail on the face, except maybe for the light on the top of the head. I like it in the eye shape a bit because it could be called, for example, the oculus, and that's how they see, right? Where it's like, this does not exist there. But where it's like doing this. And so now it somehow gives them the ability to see through that, looking like an eye. Making it a bit more like relatable. I want to give this like a 3D effect because I think these are still like elevations, right? These are like, their face is not 100% flat. So like this is like a little bit below this. And this is like a little bit higher, and I feel like this is a bit rounded. This one needs a third. You are absolutely right. But don't we go too much into tension, Han, here? I mean, I'm not against it. I like the idea. I like the idea very much. If they're raised, they're probably designed to protect the eye. Yeah. I have an idea, though. This is a very good idea, by the way. We do this, round about the same length. Again, we're not doing technical drawing where it needs to be 100% accurate. We're just trying to like get a visual on what we're actually writing. I feel like this is a very important for, at least for me. I need to visualize something sometimes. Because up to this point, I was not imagining how a dwarf would look like until the stream. Like I was like thinking about concepts, but not like, oh yeah, this is what they look like. Now we do this, right? This. And now we just have like very slightly not very visible to everyone, but like have this like be like a guide for the eyes. So if they have like the eyes, they can like move these up and down, you know? And so if they like, they can like basically turn them by 90 degrees and protect the eye that way. Basically squinting, right? So this would like flap down round about like this, and this would flap down like this, and then you have like only this like bottom part of the eye. Or we can do this, right? And this. Or in that case, this and this. So it just drives down, right? Do we want to have it like fold, or do we want to be like foldy eyes, or are we team shifty eyes? Where it's like, oh, shifting up and down. Because shifting up and down has only like the disadvantage we need to do like make it so that it goes here. Hi, Crone. Just like so it shifts below this. Even this is like a little bit of like a chic eye look. I don't know why I'm thinking about that, but yeah. Right. So we do, oh, the soundtrack ended. Give me 1 second. Just getting rid of these. I think the up and down eyes are better. Yeah, this looks like more like a robot more and more. Instead of like, oh, this is just like a slightly altered dwarf. This is like something the dwarves would build. Where like a triangle of all things is sliding down to protect the eye. Well, not a triangle, more like an arrow, right? Give me royalty-free, chill, synthwave. Okay. But hi, Crone. How are you doing? That means, however, that with that, we leave the face for the time being a little bit alone. How would an automaton modify their bodies? Since we know that they like combine each other over and over and over again, they're basically like fusion the species, right? How would they design themselves? Are they just abstract humanoids, where they're like, oh, I like this arm now, and my previous personality liked this arm, so we keep that? Because they're an amalgamation of two personalities colliding, right? Which is why they have like different like everything. I think they modify themselves sometimes in their free time. I think that is what they should do, right? So for example, just as an example, instead of having like an exoskeleton, because they are like a running exoskeleton, right? I feel like the dwarves designed them with a template in mind that infusion would be a factory set. Yeah, true. I think what the automatons do, because they're workers, so they should adhere to the worker's body, right? So to a dwarven body. Exactly. So the default would be like the body where it's like many like levels of like smaller moving parts. For their tech, it would also make sense that they don't have like, for example, one upper torso thing, but like 4 or 5, right? Either I drew it with one torso right now, but we will modify that. And like way too much plating, I think. So for example, like this would be the first plate, right? And this would be the second plate. And this would be the third one. And this could be the fourth one. And I feel like that they would they be aggressively round. You mean like getting rid of all these edges? I should have just done the sensible thing here, but no, I'm too smart for everything. I am the smarty boy. Look at me, I can do the eraser tool. I'm very dumb. Let's take you mean like they're like this, right? Not this like over exaggerated, but like you mean like spheres, right? Like this, and like this, right? So like the 4 layers of like how they would do an end. Not like Vector Man, yeah. Yeah, because like the thing is, if we make it too round, which is why I like the idea of them decorating themselves, we lose like we do a very stark contrast with like this like higher detailed head, right? I mean like it's like always funny that you have like these super obscure references, right? Like, dude, when has someone talked about Vector Man for like the last 30 years? You're probably the first, right? What do you mean you can't be the first? On the Mega Drive Mini. I mean, like, yeah, it's like, yeah, they were on the Mega Drive Mini, but like, Vector Man is like still so obscure, dude. I feel like. It's not something people would talk about, right? No, wait, now I'm interested. Now you have got me into a rabbit hole. Vector Man. There's not even a Vector Man wiki, which says a lot. When was the last Vector Man game released? Shit. Now I'm like, sorry, I will go back to drawing very soon. The last official standalone game in the series was Vector Man 2, released in... Oh my god. Rather, we're not talking about this. Otherwise, I'm dating myself again, and I hate that. Vector Man's last game was Vector Man 2 in 1996. And then in November, by the way, which means... This I was 3 years old, dude. I was 3 years old. No. Bro, you're throwing Vector Man as a... I mean, that's like the whole point of the Mega Drive, right? Look at our orbs. Most Mega Drive games were like very orbs based, which is a bit bizarre. Everyone was doing like polygons, and they were doing orbs. What's the other reference? Come on, give me the other reference. The name does ring a bell. I need to Google this. Maybe I've seen this. It's... Yeah, I think actually that I know what you mean. Is it from the 80s? Yeah, it is. It's like isn't it an animation? Yeah. Yeah, I remember this. I've watched this. I distinctly remember this child. I remember this, like... I like the style of this, by the way. Yeah, I remember this more than other stuff. Yeah. Now we have like a common around. I think I watched this when I was like 15 to 20 years ago. Bro, you know what is like a movie that now that they say Suicide at 4 years old, that is like super fucked up, and I watched it as a kid because it was on Christmas. Dude, movie where I forget it what it was called. French movie where cats get killed. Day, dude. I don't know why. During Christmas, I remember this. Is it German? Bro, it's like Day. Day is like... Exactly. I was like... I remember this so much. Because we were like... 7 or something like that. I don't know if I should. I see your message. I don't know if I should allow it because of the last word. Like Autobot just says, "Dude, don't post this." Yeah. I don't want to fuck with that, because when Autobot already like on the slightest setting says, "Yo, the fuck are you talking about?" It's like, everything's fine. So Holiday, like, I remember this so distinctly because my grandma's birthday is on like was on the 6th of December, and we all went like to my grandma on the second day of Christmas as well. Same grandma, because they were like I don't know what is actually like what is this in English? I'm interested. Is it only called 9-pin bowling? Yeah, it's 9-pin bowling. Kegeln. So we went there because she was like, of course, like all grandmas are in like a 9-pin bowling club. And they had like this like 9-pin bowling court where you could go to on Christmas Day. And that my grandma always got that one for like the entire family. And of course, like everyone paid their meals and stuff like that. But like we met in the morning and they went like in the afternoon we went like bowling and eating and stuff like that. And then like everyone went home in the evening, right? But when we went there in the morning, dude, my little cousin, who's like, I think, let me think, when she was when she became 18, I think I was 20 something, 22 or something like that. I'm like 3 years or so older, 3 or 4, doesn't matter. So she was like watching this at like the ripe age of like 4, I think, and said like, this is like a movie where cats do stuff. And we were like in the scene where like, I think the nightmare scene with all the decapitated fucking heads, and that haunts me to this day. This like scene, like to this day, is like a core memory. Bro, it's like so fucked up. It's like, holy shit. That nightmare scene is like nightmare fuel. It's like an actual nightmare. It's like, yeah, I see the pictures of the other one with like the decapitated heads and like everyone being like hung around on strings and stuff like that. Dude, this was like a fucking brutal movie. And like I to this day I do not know why they show this on Christmas Day. Yeah, that is Donato vision. It's like everything's fine. There's just like the entire ground is like a mountain of dead cats, and you're striving through the land, and there's like cut open bodies. I don't know. And like crosses and shit. I don't understand. To this day, I do not understand this. Why this was on Christmas, because it's not a Christmas thing, I have a feeling. But yeah, Fatty Day. Yeah, it's a cartoon. No, you know, for kids. That's like the worst thing. I still hate it that people are like this. Same with like most like actually like indie things nowadays happening. Where they're like indie animations, and they're like obviously for adults, but like parents let them watch their kids, and then a horror scene or like a scary scene happens, and they are like complaining that, whoa, that scared my kid. And I'm like, yeah, it's 18 plus, but it doesn't matter. Like, this is like awful. There was like so much imagery, right, with like the eyes gouged out and stuff like that. Like, to this day, this is like one of the scenes where I have it as like a childhood trauma, and no other person in the world is actually no other person in the world is like responsible for this. It's just like a thing being on television. But yeah, enough about that. I see it on my second monitor and I freeze up. It's weird. Like, I understand how like people say, oh yeah, I get like traumatized by stuff like this. I actually understand that for that part. It's like creepy. Anyways, let's get back to Automaton. What happens to Felicity? Who was Felicity again? Right, she gets decapitated, right? Yeah. I remember that decapitated head. Yeah. The blind cat with the big blue eyes, right? Yeah, oh my god. Yeah, I remember that decapitated cat. Yes. Nightmare fuel, dude. Why are we still talking about this? You know, for kids. Yes, I know, for kids. Bro, I have a goosebumps. It's this is like unlocking memories. You're watching it right now. Why? Did you start watching it because we were talking about Faraday? Oh my god. That was not the plan. Bro, you're watching my childhood trauma live in HD, dude. I don't know. Like, this is like the one thing of my childhood. Like, the one thing, right? Actually, where I like have like this feeling where I would say, yeah, this is like not even like joking. I get like an itchy feeling. Like an itchy feeling when I think about this because of the memory. The only thing I've ever had in my life where it's like this. No, not noted. Don't note this down, please. No, don't. I know that you will use it at some point. This is like, no, this is, I'm way too happy to have this pop up in my life. Like, remember that I cannot watch horror. I think this is like part of this. Because like, I don't know, maybe this is like part of why I can see blood or something like that. I don't know. But like, no. Don't use it against me. This is mean. Also, I don't know why we have unlocked this. We have opened the vault right now because you know what I remember right now? The first time I said fuck. So back in my day, there was like an Indiana Jones. Dude, should I play my Trauma series? Like actually, there was like an Indiana Jones PC game. Indiana Jones PC game 90s. It was not a point and click, it was 3D. No. Yeah, the Tomb Raider one. What's it called? Indiana Jones and... Was it the Face of Atlantis? No, right? Is it the Infernal Machine? I think it's the Infernal Machine. Yeah, I remember this. Of Emperor's Tomb. I remember distinctly that one of the first enemies there was like this little guy with a mask, with a tribal mask. And you had like death animations when you died. So a kid of like on my street, right? Said the following. And I remember this so distinctly because I was like a few years old. I was like 5 or 6 maybe. So that kid says, when you get the game over, I think it's I will Indiana Jones game over animations. I think there's like not Great Circle. There's like death animations basically when you game over or when you die. Indiana Jones death animations. I think game over. We will find out in the Emperor's Tomb game over. I think it was not the Emperor's Tomb because I don't remember this. No, this is way too good. This looks more like a PS1 game. So it would be Infernal Machine maybe. Yeah, 1999. It's like a 3D one. I don't know if there's like a compilation of that. Anyway, one of these monsters or enemies, doesn't matter, I will start the music again. Except if it doesn't play. Oh, now it does. So when you die, you see the animation of like Indy lying on the ground. And I don't know if the thing takes your head or sits on your head and has it on his ass. I don't remember this. But like that kid on my block said, yeah, he's dead. And you don't see it. But apparently he gets fucked. And I did not know what that means, right? I did not know what that means. And it's super weird. It's super weird. Like that implied like thing, right? Like what the fuck is going on in that kid's head? He was like 8 or 9 or something like that, right? You know what like his household life not must be if like the thoughts go there. Anyways, so I was like because we were like living in a house with like the entire family, like the entire house was ours, and like my grandma lived at the in the first floor, we in the second, and so on. My grandma got me there for like eating stuff, right? So like lunch, and made me lunch, and she was like, oh, she was like very lovely and very nice, right? And she was like, oh, Renee, by the way, you like those video games, right? What have you been playing? And I was like, oh, I played Indiana Jones. And I was talking to like my neighbor. He was called Jan or Jan, Ian, whatever, Jan. And he was like, I was like, oh yeah. And he told me that when you die, you get fucked. And my grandma, like this nice old lady, is like, René, you cannot say this. Right, in this like Eastern German accent. She's like, René, das kannst du doch fein nicht sagen. I was like, the reaction was so strong. She's like, I need to tell your mom about this. You cannot say stuff like this. Where did you pick that up? And I was like, yeah, from our neighbor, right? And then so my reaction was to, for whatever reason, run quickly up the stairs to my mom and tell her the exact same thing before my grandma would do that. So she was like, "You never say that word again." And well, here we are. Over 20 years later, here we are. I could not give a fuck. Give me 1 second, my 3D print is done. Dude, my filament went dry and I needed to switch from white to black, and now I have this like half and half print, and I hope that my colleague who wanted this for his like cats is okay with like stuff being black. BRB, need to like look at this. I'm back. So yeah, core memories, right? Good thing I get those while streaming, you know. So regardless of that, yeah. There's like definitely something going wrong in my head. I don't know. So how's watching my childhood trauma? Still enjoying it. Yes. Just asking for a friend, you know. Could go hard with Cat Elf Hitler, you know. We're not doing Cat Elf Hitler, bro. We're not bringing the angry Austrian man into this, you know. But yeah, other than that, it's like great that nowadays you find shit like this on the internet, right? It's like fine. That's like one of the biggest benefits of the internet nowadays. You find basically everything you're looking for. If you have like a core memory of something, you can just go online and look for it. Yeah, for now, that's also true, yeah. No, we're not doing this. This looks like a penis. Like the tip. Yeah, that's true. I wonder, my mom looks for one TV series, and I don't know which one it was. She was claiming there were trolls in it. And the trolls had like, there was one with like a giant drop of snot. And I was like, is she talking about the old cartoon, which is like, I think it's just called The Three Bears? Because that had trolls, and one of them had snot. Apparently, yes. My mom says yes. But I do not remember. I do not remember what cartoon she meant. Or was it Disney's Trolls? But wasn't that a movie? That was not a TV series, right? It's Adventure of the Gummy Bears, by the way, yeah. I don't see a single one that has snot. Because I watched a lot of Gummy Bears back in the day. I've never watched the Fraggles, actually. I watched it in hindsight, but cartoon with a troll with snot in his nose. Like, there needs to be something, right? The only other thing that I remember being like giant snot base is Mega Babies, but that was just like disgusting fun stuff. But I don't care. It's like I need to because I'm seeing my mom tomorrow. I need to keep that in mind and find out if she meant what she meant. So like searching it now would not do much because my mom is not here. Who would have thunk? But yeah, it's like I still need to like find out what that actually was or is or whatever. Because hey, Zangu, thank you for the raid. Thank you for the raid. We're talking about my childhood trauma. It's nice. It's nice. The good childhood trauma, you know. We're talking about Faraday, if the name rings a bell. Last time you clipped me when I said something Spanish, but so I will Google what it is, because last time it was something with football, like soccer, right? Boca, Eo. I think it's the same thing, right? It's a song. Yeah, exactly. It was like they sang that thing, right? Like Boca, Yote, Mo, right? Or something like that. I remember it. I remember it. Also, it's a good childhood trauma. No, it's not a good childhood trauma. Faraday is horrible. It's the only one I have. The best team of Argentina. Jesus. Faraday is definitely no-go childhood trauma. San Lorenzo best team. Bro, I don't have a... It's good that I don't have a jack to do with like football in that regard, dude. Because I actually do not know what I would be a fan of. Probably my local thing, but then I would be like, yeah, no. Something German. I do not understand a single word these people are saying. Dude, what is Saint Silence? Or San Silence. Not Saint Silence, I know that, but is it Silence? I don't know. I don't know anything. I'm like so out of left field from that, dude. I don't know. You kick a ball, and ball go. Either you're drunk or your eye tracking don't work. No, I'm looking super down because my drawing tablet is below me. And then, like, because of my glasses, my eye tracking. Now I'm looking up, but when I look down, and my glasses are filtering the light, and then like reflection. It's not good. It would be better if I do Silencio, especially for Silencio, and it rhymes with Lorenzo. Is a joke to say that San Lorenzo fans don't sing and support the team for the. Oh, okay. But for me, it's like I get dragged to a game, and then they say, okay, you are this fan now. Look at this, and then I'm like the hardest, like best fan ever for like 90 minutes, and then I'm like, okay, now I'm all fanned out. I'm not doing anything fanning anymore. It's like yeah. You got my trolls, bro. Really, you got my trolls. Took something in the memory roll. I'm interested in what the trolls are, apparently. Bro, if you found them, if you found those trolls, I will, for the next Pathfinder session, I will bake you something. I will try to bake you something. Well, not try, I can bake, but like, I will bake you something. What is the troll thing? David the Gnome. David der Kabouter. Oh my god, David the Gnome. Yeah, oh god. Yes! Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh no. Oh no. Oh Oh my god, I think those are them. Yep. Oh my god. No, bro. Oh my goodness. I need to send that to my mom. Oh my goodness. I just give me 1 second. I just share the image to my mom. Uh, 5 seconds. Okay. Because I just drew it like that. I don't know. No, they would not have like many like flips, right? They would have like levers, like small lever switches, and not like actual buttons, I think. Let's do it like this. Okay, let's draw these a little bit different. I don't even know, why do I have still the Pokemon hat on? I don't care. The Pokemon hat stays on during the non-Pokemon stream. So much for doodling, by the way. I'm just getting way too much into detail. Not good detail, but like some detail. I think the automatons in this setting don't even know what these flips and switches do, right? Probably the dwarves don't either, but hey. Oh, there was a lightning. Kapow. Zoom in a bit. Rid of this line. Mainly. Just so. Again, this is not for like actual accuracy. This is just like, okay, this is how an automaton in this setting could look like. Not, oh, this is 100% accurate. Take this. Make these a little bit longer. Then whatever this charges, this goes into the body. Nobody knows. There's like 2 wires coming out of this. Then of course there needs to be like the giant as cogwheel. It's basically here. So this is the full length of the cogwheel. So we do this. Here comes the cogwheel piece. We just extend this a little bit. But yeah, what? How did we end up here? By the way, like I don't know. We ended up here because We talked about, how did we get to Faladay? I don't want to get back to Faladay, by the way. I don't want to interact with that medium again, but we got there somehow, right? And we should make it a little bit longer. Also, the perspective does not fit anymore. Vector Man, French animation cats. Right, that's how we got here. Because Vector Man. Thank you. At least someone like stays on track here, dude. I'm spiraling. Like, I don't know. Like the second we got to Faraday, I checked mentally out, to be honest. Like, the natural progression of all things. Bro, no. This is not the natural. This is not the natural progression. Please. Please, 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 please. I am not 100% sold on what I did with the connectors from legs to the sides. I think these should be open. This should be open. Then we do like the doodle over here. We do this. We do this. And now the connector is like open in here. And we use this space to just like do bits and boobabs, right? Like doodads and dingleberries and whatever. Where it's like, okay, there's like just stuff in there. I think we need the roughness in here. Right? Oh, everyone's gone. Oh no, I'm not captivating enough today. Maybe I should open maybe I should open a text sheet and the people will come back. It's like kind of funny, right? It's like just the amount of like unnamed people just watching and they're like, dude, this guy's writing text. That's kind of sexy. Well, not sexy, but like, you know what I mean. I'm the text man now. But let's keep the automaton like this. We now know that it has like many shapes and that are like interconnected with one another. I feel like it's like a very rough being under like the plating, but the more plating it has, the more like, well, slick it looks. So we keep it like this, right? This could be a standard automaton. And now we have only one more left, and we have streamed for the better of 3 hours. Dude, oh my god. Save. Automaton. Let's do the last big player for today, and then I have like gotten rid of my drawing itch for today, I think. I will not answer questions to genitals on this one. Bro, I am literally Googling sexual dimorphism on hyenas, and the first article that springs into my fucking field of view is a pseudopenis one. I just want to know if female hyenas and male hyenas are... Oh, the male ones are smaller. Bro, the amount of humping hyenas where they lock dicks is incredible. I just want to see. I don't want to know. I don't want to know. Okay, there's a male and a female. I love hyenas, but I actually did not know if the females are bigger. Okay. So hyenas have like this downtrodden stare. They look like very funny, right? I mean, hyenas are just like doggos, right? Can I get a good... I know it's very hard to get like a close-up of hyenas because, well, they maul your fucking face, but... I am using my eraser side. Why are you doing this game, please? Okay. And then they have the cool dog nose, right? Which dog noses are really difficult for me to draw, and I don't know why. If like 10 million fairies can do it, why can I, right? Because I suck at drawing or something like that is the best comment you can bring right now. You can bring right now. Right now, right now. No, say it. Hit me with it. I can take it. I think I could take it. You can probably guess which is the one Secrets of Faraday that someone decided to upscale to 4K. Yeah, the Nightmare sequence, right? It's like the only one that makes sense because it's so iconic. I think everyone knows that Nightmare sequence who has like heard of or like seen a part of Faraday. Everyone needs to see cat crucifixion, right? That's like a normal thing. Yeah, because that is like normal, dude. Why are we doing this? Why we can spend our time usefully, or we can remake Faraday. Because that is like a thing. Let's traumatize more kids because people don't understand that not all animation is made for kids. No, 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 it is illegal to do that. No. If you bring a copy of Faraday to my birthday, No matter what we're doing, or no matter when we're celebrating, or how we're celebrating. Because I have the birthday week off. I don't know when when is my birthday? I think it's on Wednesday, right? Wednesday's shit. But then we have a birthday stream this year. This is like nice. Maybe. I don't know if I do something on my birthday. I'm turning 33. 30 in brackets 1003, right? That's the meme. I am old. Ha ha ha. Give me the calendar app. Okay. Next month. Yeah, my birthday's on a Wednesday. Are we playing on that week? Friday the 3rd? Bro, if you do, I will murder you. I will literally stab you. First of all, that's some A-grade creepy shit, right? I'm like, in Minecraft, by the way. This is like super creepy. And I hate creepy shit. I hate horror. I hate everything that is like adjacent to horror. I cannot take that. I cannot sleep. We have a Pathfinder Friday on my birthday week. Dude, we are like very lucky with the birthday weeks, right? Overall. I think every week since we are like doing in-person sessions was a week where we like on my week with a birthday. Dude, why are my eyes so spasming around? Like Schnetzel Oma was right. Like absolutely right. They're like a bit like excited. I don't know why. I did not calibrate my eye checking today. Maybe that was that. Give me 1 second. Yeah, something is like super weird here. Look at my eye tracking. Magic gone. Crazy, right? You could download VTube Studio and see it yourself. I can change my avatar. Should I do it for just like 2 minutes? Let's do Hiyori. Hiyori is best. I'm Nuro-sama now. Look at me go! Ah! So much more life in the bottle, right? Someone's gonna hide Faladay porn in my thing. She's like kinda bouncy, but not really bouncy. She can like do a little bit of like bouncy action, right? If I do like this. Ah! I'm Hiyori. It's definitely something with my eye tracking. Like it's not tracking properly. Because exactly, the eye tracking is still wonky. I think what is fucking around with it a lot is that I have like a blue light filter in my glasses. So basically like the lighting that like my desktop would give me is probably like a little bit filtered, and the reflection of the light is like fucking with the tracking, because it gets worse when it's evening hours. But I don't know if my little light, my ring light I have here, if I turn that on, if it's better. In the last few streams where I did that, it was worse. Like actually, because it always tracked the little ring light reflection there. Ah! Also, why is Hiyori always looking sad? I'm not like Hank Hill permanent looking sad, right? I'm not like, oh, damn, I've given up. Dude, Hiyori, get out of here. What do I have something more? What is like also here? Hijiki. What is Hijiki? I'm a cat. Whoa. Ah! This is horrifying. No, wait. Get out of here. I don't want to do Faladay shit. I also have Akari. Who's Akari? The fuck is this thing? I am the booba. Okay, let's get back to me. And my fucked up model size. We need to... Oh my god, this is horrifying. We need to, like, rig the other model still. And, like, the edited model, which is, like, 10 times better, by the way. But I don't know what the good was for, but yeah, you are safe, by the way, because I'm not paying 300 euros to troll you with VHS copies of the movie. Thank goodness. The thing is, I'm like still afraid that you go like sailing the open waters and try to get the movie that way. And get like... Do you have a DVD copy for that? Don't tell me. You, of course you do. Of course you do. Or do you get like one for Amazon? Bro, this cannot leave the stream. This cannot leave the... If the others know this... If the others know this... Oh my fucking god. If... No... Please, don't tell. Like, don't tell on me, dude. If like, you know that our people are like the biggest, but no, obviously I own a copy of that filth. Is it filth? Is it filth if everyone knows it and like, isn't it like critically acclaimed even? Like a psychopath doing like stuff, but wasn't it like very good? Like, I mean, it has like a 7 out of 10 on IMDb, 83 on Rotten Tomatoes. What the hell? Did it get any awards? Feliday, the film, of course. Bro. The German cast of Feliday is cooked, dude. No, not cooked. They're like loaded. I mean, they have like Manfred Steffen in this, who's like this, who's like the narrator of Thomas the Tank Engine. It's like crazy. They have Uwe Ochsenknecht in it, bro. Holy shit. Bro, they have like so many. Ulrich Tukur, Mario Adorf. Brother. Brother, it's like crazy. Sorry, I'm like interested. Feliday is only... The soundtrack is 45 minutes, dude. Yeah, I'm like interested. Sorry that I'm like still in this thing, but holy shit. I like this. I like this. I like this critique of this film. Basically, translate. It's like, dude, this shit tries to make atmosphere and be like serious, but it's like so like there's like so much violence that it's way too drastic, and in many scenes it becomes like ridiculous. Huh. Bro, you know what they say? There's like film starts that like a review. I'm like reading the reviews. I'm sorry that I do this, but like they said basically translated, yeah, there's like so much violence, right? That it's like setting the mood and makes it very exciting. And then there's like a happy end, and that's shit. And I'm like, what? Dude, you're like watching cat slaughter for like 90 minutes. Holy shit. Wait, did I see that right now? Was Helge Schneider in this? Oh my god, yes he was. Brother, there's like so many good like top tier German actors from the time that are like in this. Okay, sorry, I need to stop this. I need to like draw Knowles. Polo, sorry. Fuck. It's like Saturday is now haunting me, dude. I will now 100% dream of that shit. And if I do, I will actually, if I wake up from a nightmare of Saturday, I will literally call you at like 3 in the morning. Hopefully you have like put your smartphone away, dude, like when you go to bed. David the Gnome should cancel that out. To be honest, yeah, you're relieved. David the Gnome should cancel that out. Alright. Why am I even like why are we like trying to like barter about this? David the Gnome cancels this out, yeah. I'm agreeing with this. You won this. I'm wondering because the same company that announced the Saturday upscale. There's a Tamala release. Tamala. What was Tamala again? Right. I see that. Yeah. It's like so much weird shit. What the hell? Tamala 2010, a punk cat in space. 2002. Bro, there's a 6.2 on IMDb. I'm like interested. Does it even have an H rating? Runtime magazine written by no, it does apparently does not. Yeah. Like this seems like something I should know, but I'm not sure if I ever saw this beforehand. I mean, I don't know how to draw hyenas differently, right? They're like hyenas with like big eyes, and they're like, oh yeah, these are hyena people. So they're like very burly, right? But I have an idea for the one hyena type that maybe we do like the fluff on the hair. And now we do like a hyena that like a colo. Like this would be like a more natural colo, right? And now we do a city colo, like who's like, oh yeah, I'm choosing my own path in life. To like have this like chaotic thing. I'll be getting ready. Because Mrs. is pseudo-penising you up. No, we're not doing the Disney tactic. I'm not doing this. No. We're not giving it like. I want to give her eyelashes because I want to give her makeup. So let's start a conversation again. So we had enough Faraday for today. What else is new? Lightning strikes outside. I see like my room lights up every few seconds. It's great. There's like a thunderstorm going on. Not too extreme, not too close by, but still going on in the distance. But it's like at the moment, like Germany is like Thunderstorm Island, dude. It's like Germany at the moment, like we had like a big heat wave. Right, and that big heat wave. Like we had like 35 degrees Celsius. Please do not. But Sinket hyenas is very cold. Yes, I was like, okay, would like city hyena be like Sinket, right? Like while still being like a fucking hyena, right? Because with like the law, we have the city colo, like the colo who are going to the cities, they do what the fuck they want, so they would be scene kids, right? They would be like having like a little bit of punk aesthetic, I feel like, on average. Even though it's very coded. I think. Even though the eyes are way too high, because this is like not hyena. This looks more like dragon or lion. I don't know if I give them the PF2E hunchback. I'm not 100% sure on that still. I like my Knowles with a hunchback, to be honest. But yeah. If we give them a hunchback, that would make them like less furry coated, right? Because they look like gremlins. Way too unround. I don't get the roundness on the side on the side view. I don't know. There's like a little bit of lack of roundness on the chin, and looks like a Gen 2 Pokemon, you know. Do we do it? By the way, I hate tunnels. I hate them so much. I find them so fucking ugly. I'm sorry, like everyone who's like watching this and have tunnels, but I don't like them. I don't know. I'm not a big tunnel fan. I think the bigger the hole in the ear, I don't know. It's not my favorite. I would not do it. Let's say it like this. Like, to each their own, right? But I'm not a big ton fan. I think the colo, at least the city colo, should be the punk part of the Aether punk, right? They should like be like, okay, fucking shit up, I feel like. I don't know. It's not my best artwork, but it's like, for the time being, as a reference, we know that they do stuff. Even if it's very furry-y. But hey. We're not getting more productive today, so... Colo, right? Boop, boop, boop. So, it's probably best to put the ancestries on a sliding scale between Aether and Punk. Yeah, I think so too. I think so as well. Where would we put humans? More Punk, right? Less Aether. With automatons being mostly all tech and Colo being the other end, yeah. And I think the humans are like more Punk as well, because we don't want them to be inherently magic. At least try to reduce that. While the dwarves and elves are getting more Aether, I think that is like I think the elves are like the most balanced, right? With like, oh, we do arcane research, but we are also like very natural. I think they fit that middle niche very good. But yeah, should be like a trinity actually, where it's like, I don't know if we should do a trinity in terms of like scale, like a triangle, you know. Where it's like, at the moment we have like so this would be like Aether, right? And this is like the punk part. We have here is the automaton. And this is like the colo, right? And now, the thing is, what is religion in this setting, right? Is religion Aether, or is it faith? An adjacent power to Aether, or is it like something you can use to get into Aether, right? Because then, if we have like a faith constant, and everyone is like moving around this triangle over here, then we would have up here, we would have, at the moment at least, the humans, right? Humans. Maybe more the humans back here, and the orcs are more faith because of their belief system that like bloodlines and shit, the superiority complex. That like have the need to like say, oh no, religiously I'm superior as well, right? So I would like maybe saying like humans here. Maybe there. Or like even more there, right? More to the line. Maybe nearly dab in the middle of the line. When thinking about this, I would have faith as a constant as well. It just makes sense. So I would have like humans here. Then here would have the colo or punk. I know I've written it down there. The autos are here. And then we have the dwarfs back here. The elves are dab in the middle, I would think. And the orcs are more... I think they would be the most religious, right? But maybe go more into punk. So we would have like orcs round about here. Right? Do I have someone else? No, everyone else is dead at the moment. Right, that is true. So would they be like more like on where would you put the orcs? Would you put them higher on like faith? I think between faith and aether. Okay. So the dwarves would be more punk, right? Like this. The Colo and the automatons need to switch. Because wait. Between well, the automatons are aether, right? Because they are made out of aether. It starts making sense once you start analyzing it. You're correct. The problem is, if we put it like this, like how this works, right? Then you would say, okay, they don't use technology, but they are more aether. Which does make sense, but they are like a technological race. They modify themselves. So they would be like more like here, right? And then the question is, how faithful are they? Yeah, this does not make sense. Wait. Biggest brush. It's good that we work together, dude. Okay. Let's do it like this. We do aether over here. We do tech over here. We do nature over here. No, wrong thing. Punk. And then we do tech over here, right? And then you can properly do this, right? Get religion out of here for the time being, right? Religion is another thing. Like, everyone is somewhat religious in like Pathfinder settings somehow. So we do aether, nature, easy. No, nature punk. Nature punk is Colo. Hello, welcome. We decided for that. Aether tech is automaton. Now we have the opposites here. Then we have aether. In nature, we have the orcs, right? Then we have probably between tech and this, and then here we have the humans. And now we have the dwarves, who are also aether and tech, right? Or are the dwarves tech and punk? Tech and punk, right? They don't give a shit about... They know how to manipulate the aether, but they are more like inclined for the... Or are they just tech? They're just tech. Right? And now we have the elves, and the elves are basically slap dab in the middle of like everything. Because the elves just make sense. I got the feeling that your dwarves work around aether instead of with it. Yeah. I think they use it as a source and not as like, oh yeah, this is like manipulation, right? So I would put it more like, because they work with it, I would not put it like fully into punk. I would put it like here and then tech, right? So and tech down here. So basically right next to tech, here's like the dwarf fortress, right? This is like how it would be spread right now. Because the elves are like so much all around us because of their background. They have like the thing with the Aether going on because they're like doing studies on this. They're studying everything basically. They're studying nature, they're studying Aether, they're studying like technology and societies, and try to like influence them and like get into like societies as well, because they want to have a solution to their problem with the vampirism. Right? And like the logical extremes with what we wrote last time would be halflings would be here, right? And the goblins and gnomes were probably just like here. Yeah. They probably struggle to maintain their social structures. Yeah, definitely. Goblins and gnomes, right? This would be like here. I think that's where we are at the moment, right? This is like where everyone is like situated. Maybe put the gnomes and goblins right like in the extreme, just tech. I think that's where they belong. While the halflings go into tech punk. So you have like basically like this as a spread, which is actually, by what we did, and like 100% being honest, most of it being like kind of random, except for like the lopsided tech side, which makes sense for the setting. Like everything has something, right? There's like only like a mix between tech and punk. This spot is still open. This spot is still open. And maybe like this one, but yeah. And we have like basically something on everything. The pure punk also. But we get there the next few times, I think. So, no stream tomorrow. By the way, I'm not streaming tomorrow. I'm at my parents', and maybe if I'm home early, I will do something else. I will be preoccupied. However, Sunday evening, if everything works out, I don't know if it does. We do an alignment. How everything works out, I don't know how it will work out. So we're not struggling here. Sunday evening stream. On Monday, like if we stream on Sunday, we will do something very spontaneous. I don't know what. Maybe writing. Otherwise, Monday will be not only writing, either writing or VTuber model rework. Next week is a little bit of a mix, because we have like I have 3 work days, and then after that I have weekend already. So in theory, with like the 3 work days, we do a stream on Monday, we do a Pokemon stream on Wednesday, catching up where we left off. And then on that weekend, I don't know which day, we will do another stream where we do another creative stream, because I want to go a bit into that route right now. I think the gaming stuff is nice and all, but I feel like we are so much more productive right now, and I need to get work done. So that's always nice to talk to people while working on other stuff. But yeah, I'm heading off. I need to go to bed. I'm tired as fuck. I'm like awake until I was awake at 5, was working at 6 and worked to 5, and then like 8 something, and then came online. So yeah. Yeah, you as well. Have a nice weekend. Have a good night, and we will see each other very, very soon. Bye bye.